What were you doing then, and what do you think that changed?
I mean, we got out in transition and got a bunch of easy baskets. You know, I don't want to speak for Coach Andy, but I know he wasn't real pleased with us first 4 minutes, not characteristic of their team. We took advantage of it. And then we kind of had death by a million cuts over the course of the next 8 minutes. We had some breakdowns on defense that led to threes. You know, we got separated from some shooters. And then we didn't have a lot of turnovers. We had 11, but that's magnified by the fact that they only had 4, and they punished us when we did turn it over. And a handful of the turnovers were kind of uncharacteristic. But having said that, you know, you expect it to be a battle, a 40-minute game against a really good team. And down the stretch, we had our opportunities. You know, we have a relatively uncontested drive and we lose the ball. You know, we dribble the ball off our leg. We had one long pass that, boy, unless you're Terry Bradshaw, maybe you don't make. So all those plays kind of run together and put us in position to not win. From a bigger picture standpoint, you know, notwithstanding the points they scored against our offense, which were several, you know, we didn't guard them in the second half up to standard. And to their credit, they shot the ball better than the numbers coming into the game. They made shots, and they made some, you know, some shots that we typically live with our defense, you know, really challenged mid-range shots, and to their credit, they put them in.
Yeah, and you said they hadn't made 11 threes all year.
What's that?
And you said they hadn't made 11 threes in the game all year.
Yeah, so our game plan was that we were going to live with a few, some three-point shooting because they are a transition, drive, offensive rebounding team, second best offensive rebounding team in the nation, in fact. And so our position was, you know, to protect the paint, you know. That's what the numbers, that's what our eyes told us made the most sense. But so much for the best laid plans.
Sam. Coach, first I wanted to say thank you for a great season. And
Thanks.
from a student perspective, I know people are really excited about it. My friends are. I think the attendance also reflects that. Unfortunately, obviously with the loss, the 17-point lead that you guys have was really good players or that. I was curious if you felt like the team lost a little bit of intensity when you guys were up 17 until with us maybe 1 or 2 possessions, and Stewart really took ownership after that. I remember driving inside personally a couple of times to try to get someone else to get the team going.
Yeah, I mean, whether it was a function of intensity or just mistakes and breakdowns, it's up to you how you want to characterize it. I know none of our guys are out there trying to do anything but their best, but mistakes are made, shots are missed, and that's what happened to us, especially during that 8-minute stretch. And in today's basketball world, leads aren't as safe as they were historically with the shot clock, with the three-point line. I mean, you watch any level of basketball, I mean, until there's all zeros on the clock, anything goes. And that's what makes our game so exciting, you know what I mean? Or one of the things that makes it so exciting. You know, you could be up 17, they hit back-to-back threes, it's 11. I mean, it doesn't take, that might take 34 seconds. And so you just got to play this possession the best you can.
And you're much used.
it's hard to get the big picture of the season at this point. Can we can look back, but we do have to look back. Are there players that will stick out or anything by this team that'll kind of stick out?
I thought this team practiced the right way. I think they consistently gave us really good effort. I think they responded favorably to the most difficult schedule we've had, top to bottom. But, if we're going to be completely honest, we had a handful of games going back to the start of the season all the way through tonight that were certainly winnable. And we just found different ways to not finish them. And at the margin, if we're able to take, and maybe not win all of those, right? But if we're able to win some more of those, as good as our season may have been, we were that close to having even a better season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We found some tough ways to lose. But through that, our guys remained resilient and together. And I don't know that I ever had to coach effort in practice. The guys really gave us their best shot day in, day out. And so I'm especially, like always, the last game of the season, you're especially, your seniors are top of mind, right? Because our motto kind of going into postseason was one more day. Let's just practice one more day. Let's play one more day, right? Because it all goes by so fast. I mean, those seniors seem like they just arrived, right? And even this season, it's a blur right now. And if you could just get one more day together, right? Because there's nothing like it. And I've never met a player who, when it's all over and done with, however long they play, even if they have a long pro career, that wouldn't give anything for one more day. You know what I mean? Like one more day. And unfortunately, today was our last day with this group, but we're tremendously excited about our momentum and what the future holds for us. So we'll get back to work here in about 32 minutes and move forward.
Awesome. All right, last question. So speaking of that momentum recap, adding 4 straight 20 moments to the biggest 5 if you don't have COVID. You had a bunch of
Well, you can't count COVID because we didn't play enough games.
Exactly. Let's not count COVID. 5 straight was that ties the all-time program record or whatever.
Yeah.
So you got KJ Cochran coming in, 4-star point guard. Obviously, he looks really interesting. And then the 3-star in Texas Francis, I can't pronounce his last name. You tell me how.
We'll come up with a nickname.
Yeah. And then you have Bradley Longo, both 3-star out of Illinois, to go with the guys you got coming back as well. I was writing on the depth chart during the baseball game earlier today. I was really encouraged by it. I was curious your thoughts on them, and then also maybe Alan Graves, who I've heard in practice has been one of you guys' best players.
He has. We redshirted 2 outstanding young players. Alan Graves will be a redshirt freshman. He was the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Louisiana a year ago, and has used his redshirt year to really transform his body and learn our system. And then we redshirted Christian Hammond, who also had a really good development year, and we expect great things from him. The freshman class we have coming in, I think will be quite good. There'll be a learning curve like there is for all freshmen, right? And I guess someone told me as of midnight tonight, we have this thing called the portal opening. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll put our roller skates on for the next month and see how we come out. But even losing players, we're at a point in our program where we're going to be able to attract good players. You know, we really will. Guys want to be part of Santa Clara basketball.